good, y'all? It's your boy Mike Beats here, and I hope everyone is doing amazing today. So Ken Carson has dropped his newest album, More Chaos, and I did listen to the whole album, and it was so fire, bro. There's like a bunch of songs that I like: Trap Jump, Black Rockstar, Lord of Chaos. All those songs, they go crazy. And in this video I'm gonna break down a beat in the style of those songs. And yes, Serum 2 has come out, a newer version of Serum. I've been sound designing with this a lot recently. This video is gonna go crazy. I hope y'all gonna enjoy today's video. Leave a like, comment, and follow me on IG at MikeBeats_. And yeah, let's get to it. We are at 144 BPM, and as you can see, I have bounced everything to an audio file. If I had every pattern like this with all these serums and this contact, my CPU would probably die. But yeah, let's just go into the first sound, and the first sound is this Serum 2 kind of bass sound, you know what I mean? And I made this bass sound myself, and there's a lot of distortion on our sound, not in the mixer but in here, this effects tab. But yeah, so that's the first bass. Nothing crazy on the pattern, nothing really crazy on the Serum patch itself. And just on the mixer I have EQ cutting out every lows, this high pass filter. So that's the first bass sound. The second Serum is this bass. Wasn't hard to make at all, it's just a square bass. The effects, quite a bit effects on this actually. When I was making these presets, I was still learning, and I am still learning Serum 2. But yeah, this bass is not hard to make at all. And yeah, the pattern, I'm gonna play it right now. So yeah, that's the bass, that's EQ2. So in this effects tab I have a bunch of distortion again, and this board, this is a really cool effect to have when you're making basses. Let's take this board off. So look at the difference, bro. And then you add the board on. It has like this, I don't know what it adds. You gotta tweak this balance knob and this blur knob. Y'all hear it sounds fire. And you know, on the pattern itself I have an EQ again, this high pass filter, this EQ cutting out every lows right here, and then this high boost thing. And then I have Fruity River 2, the mix is at 43%. And yeah, y'all can copy these settings if y'all want. But yeah man, that's the first two basses. So these two basses right now I made myself. Yeah, it wasn't hard to make at all. Then this third Serum, this is a lead from the Fragile Serum bank, and there's some effects on the mixer. I'm going to break those down in just a second, but first the pattern. Where's the pattern? Here's the pattern. And yeah, that's a pretty repetitive pattern, you know what I mean? And on the lead right now, this is really important for the beat, you know what I'm saying? That keeps the rhythm going. I have this pretty reverb, that's the same reverb as in here, probably. I mean, it looks the same. Then I'm gonna leave the phase mistress as last. Then EQ, the same EQ as in here. There's a little changes, just a little change, but the main point is that it cuts out the lows, boosts the highs just a little bit. That's what I wanted, you know, that's the EQ. And then last but not least, the phase mistress. Now this is really important for the lead, so if I take this off, the lead sounds completely different. Yeah, that's really important for it. And what this does for the lead is it creates this, I mean, it says in the name, distorted flutter. You can tweak it however you want. You have these knobs right here, these main knobs, this mix knob, frequency knob, resonance knob, and mod knob. And you see You know, I can do all that and it would sound completely different. You can really make a crazy sounding leads with Serum and phase mixtures. I really learned that like when I was making this beat. And then the EQ down here, I have boosted the highs just a little bit right here too. Next I have this bass, like short bass stab, more basses. And yeah, that bass is heavily EQ'd as you can hear. So let's take the effects off actually. So you know that EQ does a lot to the sound and that's just a basic high pass. Then I have these kind of bell pluck sounds. I don't know even what to call this, but I have this kind of simple pattern, you know. I just made this first 2 bars. Yeah, I'm gonna just play the pattern right now. So that's really a distorted pluck sound, and that just I added that because I wanted more melodic elements to this beat. I just didn't want it to be straight basses and leads. On the mixer I have delay 3, Fruity delay 3. I've been using this a lot recently, a great delay plugin. Fruity distortion, nothing crazy here. I have the A knob turned on, then I probably tweaked a little bit of this, but other than that I really didn't touch any of those knobs. And the EQ, I have got every low out right here from this range, and then I have this little dip at this 540 Hz. Then we have this big rage chord. That synth sound, this is a preset from one of Virtual Riot's Serum banks. So I just wanted some big chords and I added those. And right here these effects are really important because if you are listening carefully, I have a little rhythm going on. That rhythm thing that just comes from gross beat. So let's exaggerate it. That's just a custom preset I made with this volume. There I had Fruity Reverb 2 EQs. So this one cutting out lows and boosting the highs, and this EQ is just for the automation that I'm going to break down a little later in this video. And then the catchy part of the beat, Be As Dirt Saw, and this is from Virtual Riot pack. These automations I'm going to break down in a second. This sound, you can hear that's automated right now. So yeah, this is the pattern for it. I'm gonna play it for y'all now and I'm explain everything for this sound. That was really bright kind of preset sound, and that's what I wanted. There I added OTT, now that's a multi-band compression plugin, you know, really cool plugin. Then EQ, this high pass filter, and Fruity Reverb. Yeah, last like plugin patch we have is this Contact Piano, Ignore Pure Dark preset. Let me just show the piano pattern. So this is the piano pattern, chords right here, a little extra notes on top, but other than that it's not that complicated. So yeah, that's the piano pattern, and the piano actually comes on a little bit later on the beat at this like bridge part. So this part right here, and the effects on that, I have crazy distortion. So first this Camel Crusher, mix level at 42%, too warm patch right here, and these are all the settings. Then I have RC20 retro color, distortion up like 38%. Then I have the crunch distortion preset, then wobble, magnetic, and the last thing is this Valhalla Supermassive, a default preset, but I modified it just a little bit. Now I have broken down like almost the whole melody, but there's a few change ups in the melody. I have some sounds that I took down for a verse, for example. So this pad, this chord, so these are high on the hook, but then I taken down a full octave for the verse. That was one example. Most of these sounds switch up for the bridge before the last hook, and then the piano comes on at this point. This whole part of the beat is its own thing. So yeah, with all those patterns I've shown, all those pitch ups, all those octave changes and all, that's really the whole melody. This part right here, this is kind of a like break in the beat. When this part comes on, the listener knows that we are moving on to the verse. That plays 3 times. But yeah, I'm gonna show the pattern for it. I actually have 2 patterns for it. So one pattern is with 808 and the second one is not. So the first one, this is with 808. And yeah, as y'all heard, my CPU is dying, bro. Sending out all these serums, bro. Killing my PC, but whatever. So right now I'ma play the melody. I'ma play this hook probably right here. And then we are moving on to the drums. So yeah, let's get it. Right now I'm gonna break down the drums. Y'all heard the melody, that was crazy, so yeah. So on the drums, really not crazy, I have 7 drum sounds. I'm gonna start off with 808. Pattern itself is really simple, goes from C sharp, then a little D sharp right here, and then F sharp. That just continues like that again. I don't really know what I was doing with these lights, but I mean, yeah, it sounds cool. But yeah, on the 808s, because I have 2 808s, both of those are routed to the same mixer track with the same EQ. Both of these EQs are pretty strange. I have these dips right here EQing some frequencies out. Here I boosted the low end just a little bit. I took these frequencies down at like 73, 72 hertz. Then the hi-hat. In this bit, I could have went with the straight like fast hi-hats. What I mean by that is just this. Every hi-hat hitting on like every beat. I feel like that's kind of, you know, boring. Fresh air is right here, and I did something like this. So I was boosting the high mid presence, the high sparkle. That was like at 20. I left the kick out. So yeah, the kick, that's the street kick from my Mike Beats drum kit volume 1. Then the snare, retro, this is just an accent snare. I have this clap. The clap pattern itself, that's a basic clap pattern and nothing crazy going on with it. Just a simple basic clap pattern. And on the mixer I have a little EQ boosting. And then the last drum sound. The last drum sound is this open hi-hat. Yeah, so a cool open hat sound that hits at the same time with the kick and the clap and some of the hi-hats. So that's a bouncy open hat pattern, and that just brings more rhythm to the second part of the hook. And yeah, some of the last things I have is this bell. I added 5 bell hits for the second part of the beat right here. Really recognizable bell sound. After the bell I have the automation. Now with the automation, let's start off with this lead. So this Serum 7 lead, this one right here. So with that, every audio file is on the mixer, by the way, but the lead is automated for this bit right here. This automation, it just fades in slowly, and then it has this dip again and it fades in again. I have the same automation with these power chords. Just last thing is this master volume fading out. I'm gonna show y'all a little example. And yeah man, as y'all heard right there, the CPU is going nuts right now. We are at the end of the video, so that doesn't matter. So that's how you make beats for Ken Carson's new album with Serum 2. I will definitely make more videos on Serum 2 just once I get a few videos out that I have been planning for a while now. What y'all been wanting also, I take y'all requests all the time. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all learned something new. Follow me on IG at MikeBeats_. Leave a comment down below on what you wanna see next. Like the video. I'ma see y'all next time. Peace.